Hello and welcome to the SEO plus AI show. My name is Josh, SEO extraordinaire Bashinsky. Today I am going to give you an SEO course in how to do topical clusters, how to do silos, and how to do informational pages. But before I get to that, that's SEO tip number 13, number 12. That's SEO tip number 12 in my long-running series of teaching an SEO course, one little tip at a time, one little chunk at a time. But before I get to that, some housekeeping on the SEO plus AI show. We are the finest place on the YouTubes to get information about SEO and AI. If you're not using artificial intelligence in your SEO, you are missing out. The SEO industry has been breathed new life. It's been given a new joie de vivre, whatever that means in French. It's been given a new sacre bleu, or whatever that means in French. And so let me move that over. There you go. And you really should be looking at how to use AI for your SEO. But here's the rub, as the bard would say. You can't just use any AI. You need to use a robust next generation AI that's going to help you out. I'm going to show you that today. It's called SEO Copilot. It is your SEO Copilot, which is why it's called SEO Copilot. It will help you do all the SEO that you need to do, at least for on-page right now. And next, in a few years, we're going to be building in off-page stuff for it as well. And today I'm going to be showing you how to build topical clusters or silos or informational pages, supporting content to make your site big and robust and chunky. Your site has to be thick, T-H-I-C-C. Your website has to be thick with the sheet. It's S-H-E-E-A-T-T. I'll tell you what that all means pretty soon. Thick is a joke. Sheet is actually semi-joking, semi-serious. I'll get to that in a second. A few other housekeeping things to do. If you are watching live, we're probably live right now. I should do a long-running segment on the show. It's a fan favorite. And it's called, Is Josh Broadcasting to YouTube Successfully? So let's go to YouTube to see if Josh is broadcasting to YouTube successfully right now. And yes, there seems to be things going on. And is there noise? We're probably live right now. I should do a long-running segment on the show. It's okay, there's favorite. Already people here asking questions. We get people asking questions. Doran is here. He says, is this live? I'm in a Ceramics 101. The right room? No, this is not Ceramics 101, Doran. This is SEO 101. Today, topical clusters is what we're talking about. So if you're watching live hour, thank you, Doran, for the lead-in. We do two versions of the show. We do a live version Tuesday at 10 a.m., in which I usually have some friends on with me, other co-hosts as well. They're all busy today. That's fine. I can fly solo. I can handle it all on my own. I've been doing YouTubes for quite some time. Or we do a produced version. My beloved, cherished video producer, Raluca, please never leave me, Raluca, edits these shows, puts them all together, and we do a produced version on Fridays as well. And she cuts out shorts as well. And that's not shorts like you wear, like boxer shorts. No, she cuts out short videos. Sorry, dad humor. There's gray in my beard. Dad humor has to happen, although I'm not a dad, but that I know of. But dad humor has to happen. So she cuts out short videos, and we put the tips out on that as well. So make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you click the bell or smack the monkey or ding the whatever you need to do to get the notifications out of YouTube so you know that the show is on. And you can come on and ask any questions you want live. I believe that they'll be over here somewhere. I don't know where they'll be exactly. Make sure you ask questions live on the show. Any SEO questions you want, I'm happy to give you any SEO consulting, any SEO help I can, as I can do so on a show format like this. You can also email me at joshbashinsky@gmail.com. That's Josh, B as in Bob, it's down here, B as in Bob, ACHYNSKI @gmail.com. I'd be more than happy to help you out as well with that. Okay, so with that in mind, today's tip, SEO tip, or the SEO course I'm doing for today, is SEO tip number 12. How to build topical clusters, silos, or supporting informational pages. So that, of course, is a major thing you need to do in SEO. Everyone knows you need to do this. This is not secret knowledge. I run two groups. I run SEO Copilot. I'm the CEO and president of SEO Copilot, which is our SEO AI tool that we're building. And all that knowledge and all the secret research that we do to make sure that we know for a fact that we're boosting you and we're making a good tool that's going to boost you, that we can use as well so we get boosted, comes from my underground SEO mastermind group called Underground SEO University. So I go into much bigger detail. I go into much greater detail as to how to build all this stuff out and how the proof that it will boost you, the single variable testing I've done, the statistical correlative data analysis I've done on ranking results with over 1 million data points I've done. I've shared a little bit of this on past shows. But I share the whole thing in Underground SEO University, and you can see all the proof. You can see all what works well, what doesn't work well, all the tests that worked, all the tests that failed. I have a fails channel and I have a win channel. So we see everything that works and everything that doesn't. And there is no finer SEO education online than Underground SEO University. So email me for that. And anyone who emails me from this show, put secret sauce, and I'll give you the secret sauce in the subject line, and I'm happy to give you a massive discount on Underground SEO University, especially if you're already an SEO Copilot customer. Also, I've got deals for you, girly girl. I've got deals. I got plans for you, girly girl. That's from Army of Darkness, right? I got deals for you, non-gendered friend reference. You can also email me. Check out the description below, and you should be able to find a 10% off discount for SEO Copilot packages. So we have various tiers in SEO Copilot. You can make 10 pages a month, 100 pages a month, whatever it is. I'll give you 10% off any of those packages by using the coupon code below. So you get discounts. You have discounts galore. Zoot galore. I don't know. I'm mixing all my Frenches and whatnot. Okay. So today, how to build topical clusters, how to build silos or informational pages. So let me take a bit of a history lesson here. Let me take a sip of my water, and I'll give you a history lesson on these things. Water. Okay, so what is a topical cluster? What is a silo? What are supporting informational pages? Basically, the general idea in this is this, and it's been the general idea in SEO for 20 years, probably, quite a long time. I've been doing SEO 25 years, more or less. You see the gray in the beard? I've been doing this some time. I've been doing SEO for 25 years, more or less. For the last 20 years, at least, starting in the early 2000s, people realized, the rest of SEO realized that, hey, bigger sites rank better. And so the general idea is try to make as big a site as possible. Not only does this make you rank better on the head terms or the money-making queries that you really want to rank for, that are lower in the sales funnel. See the sales funnel, like the chest area here? This is the sales funnel. Down here is this is a terrible metaphor. I should not be doing this. Raluca's going to be rolling her eyes, but this is the sales. This is informational, transactional. This is informational, right? Nestled gently in the chest here. The sales funnel, I'll do it over here. The sales funnel is the top part is they're just the sales search funnel. They're doing informational or search kind of queries like what is SEO Copilot? How do people using AI for SEO in general? The middle of the sales funnel is called both know-do by Google, KNOW/do. Know-do. They want to know stuff here. They want to know and do stuff here. We call it informational transactional in the SEO space as well. It's called that. And that's where they're like, what is the best AI for SEO? They're already got a credit card close to being in hand, and they're like looking to make a purchase. And then the very end of the sales funnel, like, what is SEO Copilot? They're going right or buy AI for SEO. They're right at the end of the sales funnel. And then the very tip of that spear, Google has another fourth category called navigational. They're going to go to SEOCopilotAI.com because they've done all their reading here and they realize that SEO Copilot is the best AI for SEO. And then they're going to do a search, SEOCopilotAI.com. They'll do that search in Google and or they'll put it in the Chrome bar and they'll go right to the website, SEOCopilotAI.com. And then they will go there and presumably make a purchase. Hopefully the conversion occurs. So they will buy it. They will buy the AI that works best for SEO in that kind of sales search funnel kind of idea. So here's the point in making a bigger site and why you want to make a bigger site. Whether you call it topical clusters, you call it silos, or you call it informational pages, I'll get to that in a second. But the general idea is a bigger site ranks better in a number of ways, mostly two. One, you rank better on the end of the sales funnel where the money is, the sales making queries. You rank better for those where you're making the most money. And that in SEO, let me stress, is where you want to spend your time and money is at the end of the sales funnel. You're wasting money and time to some degree. It is less efficient. It is less optimal. And don't forget that SEO stands for search engine optimization, not search engine H, not SEH, search engine half-assery, not SEG, search engine guessing. It's not search engine bleeping off. It's search engine optimization. You're trying to be optimal. You're trying to optimize your rankings, optimize your money. Ultimately, that's why you're doing SEO in the first place. You're not here to educate the world for free, nor should you be. That is a losing strategy. Every year, every month, every day, informing the world for free becomes a more and more losing strategy. And I'll prove it to you on today's show. I'll talk more about that. But bigger sites helps you rank better for the money queries where it is you want to be. Sorry, my mouse is in the way. Bigger sites help you rank better for the money queries where you want to be at the tail end of the sales funnel. The sharp edge of the sales of the spear is where you're going to get the most penetration, to use the to belabor this spear metaphor, is where you're going to get the best bang for your buck. I could insert all other kind of metaphors. I won't. This is where you're going to get the most return on your investment, is spending all your SEO money and time trying to rank for those, because they're more directly closer to making more money in sales. A higher percentage chance to make a higher sale on a better sales query. The more you move up the search and sales funnel, the less efficient your SEO actually is. Pound for pound, second for second, dollar for dollar, the less efficient your SEO actually is. Now, there's a giant caveat to that, and that I just said bigger sites rank better, and the sales queries sometimes can be limited. Sometimes can be limited, not always, by any stretch of the imagination. We have a great AI tool which will find you oodles and oodles of sales queries, of different ways of really looking for the same thing that Google really hasn't consolidated yet or moved or made the same thing yet. So you can and should be making pages for them. I'm going to show you how to do that today. But the more you move up the search and sales funnel, in general, second for second doing SEO, dollar for dollar doing SEO, you're starting to waste more of those seconds. You're not getting as good a return on investment for spending seconds in the no-do space or spending seconds in the informational space, generally speaking, with some caveats there. The caveats being, in some cases, the informational transactional queries like best 10 this, top 10 this, review for that, tend to sell better sometimes because they're depending on the sales cycle and the buying intent of the user, how much buying intent they have. For example, I've worked a lot in the herbal Viagra spaces, the weight cream spaces, the weight loss pill spaces, the weight loss cream spaces, the acai berry, these affiliate kind of, quite frankly, fairly spammy, sleazy, greasy kind of niches. And those niches, they have high buying intent. And when they want to lose weight, they want to lose weight. Weight loss pills, they go right to that. That's where they buy the most. They're leery of the review articles. They're like, nah, they want to go right to there. There's other spaces like a mattress where they're not going to buy a mattress right away. That's where the informational transactional space will actually convert better. And so pound for pound, in terms of your ROI, you would do better to be in those spaces. And so our AI will help tell you this. Our AI will help give you information about these kinds of things. I'll show you in a second of how much money there is behind each niche and where you should go. Ultimately, wherever your tool says there's the most money behind this, that's where you should go. And you need to use a tool that's reliable in this. Quite frankly, there's no other next generation AI that's doing this very well. People haven't caught on to this idea yet, which is funny. It's 25 years old. But most SEOs I know who've been doing SEO as long as me have gotten out. They've retired. They're a bit older than me, and so now, they're pushing retirement kind of a deal. They're 10, 20 years older than me. They're pushing retirement. I got into this space when I was still almost a teenager, like really young 20s, right? So, yeah. So there is some caveats. There is some what's the phrase I'm thinking of? Changes to the rule, some breaking of the rules. I don't know. There's some breaking of those rules in terms of where you want to be. Ultimately, it's just where your AI says you're going to make the most money and it's easiest to rank. You're going to make the most money, easiest to rank. That's what you want to go for. I'm going to show you in 5 seconds how to tell that today. But in general, the more you move up that funnel, the worse it gets in terms of your ROI. Till you get to the worst area. Now, tell me if this sounds familiar. And we're still talking about building the biggest possible site to rank. Where you're building all kinds of informational pages. Now, I'm not slagging these people off. What I'm about to say, let me give you an addendum or a proviso. I'm not slagging these people off. This has been a tried and tested way of doing SEO for a long time, but I'm just saying now you really need to think about not doing it anymore. It's not going to work for you very well anymore. And I got specific reasons why I'm going to tell you in a second. The general reason is one, because it's, again, pound for pound in terms of ROI, 90% of the time it's not where you want to be. And that's making general informational queries like what is an apple? Apples, like general high level informational stuff. If I want to rank for best red apples, this would be like red apples, red apples versus green apples, like all these informational pages that people either aren't searching at all. So then why did you make it? If people aren't searching it, then it's not helping you at all. You need people to search those queries and click on those pages. Otherwise, you're not getting the best ROI. You're wasting your time and money. Or queries that, people are searching, but they're still informational, and they're getting a featured snippet, and they're not clicking through to your page. And or now they're getting generative search, right? Generative search is the chatbot that you get in Google Bard, they used to call it. Now it's Google Gemini. You get Google responses there. You get ChatGPT responses. You get Bing responses. And it just tells you the information, answers your question for you. And people typically do not click through to the page, or a lot of people don't click through the page. So this is why you don't want to necessarily be doing the informational strategy. In some cases, people used to say, Josh, and they were right. They'd say, Josh, we make the informational pages both so that we rank better, we have a bigger site. That's iffy. It might happen, it might not. There's more efficient ways to do it. I'll show you the more efficient ways to do that today. But also, two, that it's a long sales process, and we need to tell them about our brand, warm them up to our brand, and then they get used to our brand, they start searching our brand, and then we retarget them. They see it again on Facebook with retargeting or whatever, and then they come back and then they make a sale. That's perfectly valid. So that's still perfectly valid. That's still, if that is a valid strategy for your business, because you have a longer sales process, because the buying intent is low, the competition is high, and or the squeamishness of the buyer, so to speak, or the fear of making a purchase online is higher. So you need to warm them up to the idea of buying this thing in general, this thing online, and this thing from you. At those three levels of the sales funnel, you need to warm them up to that. Then by all means, you still need to make informational pages. That's totally valid, right? And again, like I said, there's tons of caveats and addendums where making informational pages will still help you. And quite frankly, if all you want to do is make informational pages, because that's how you've always done it, and you don't like making money, how I'm about to show you, fine. Then I'll show you how to make informational pages very quickly with SEO Copilot. Better informational pages that do have a slight chance of boosting your rankings. I can't really go into it. If you want more information and want the proof of those tests that I've done, join Underground SEO University. Email me at joshbachynski@gmail.com. But there is some truth to that, slightly, that informational hierarchies, if you do them right, will help you. If you just make informational pages willy-nilly, then no, it won't. And really, you're making pages, which is going to help you rank and have a bigger site in theory, but you're doing it very inefficiently, and there's far more efficient ways to do that process. If any page will do, then pound for pound, you should be building only pages at the end of the sales funnel that are also contributing to your general topical cluster on your topic. The sales pages are still on topic. They're building your topical cluster. The general cluster is the entire website, right? Clustering refers to the linking strategies you use. It'd be like the roots of a tree kind of strategy, or like a bracket, like where you have a big bracket and it goes down to a top page. It's that same kind of idea. That's what they usually do by clustering. Siloing is a little different. They do like deep silos, like table of contents all the way down and then back up. They do deep silos. I'm here to tell you none of that linking bullshit is true. None of that linking bullshit is true. Topical clusters, false. Siloing, false. It is all, I'll tell you the exact way to do linking, both in terms of how to do it in terms of your site, how to do it in terms of where the links go on your page. That matters tremendously. Did you know that? I knew this because I've been doing SEO for 25 years, and people 25 years ago knew this, and I've recently tested it, and it's still the case. Google still has those algorithms in the books. So where you put your links in your page or on your page makes a huge difference as to the link juice you're flowing through your website. The page rank sculpting, it used to be called. That's an old term. The page rank sculpting used to be called. It makes a huge difference where you put links on the page. I go through all that in my Underground Mastermind group. I don't have time to go through it right now. Email me at joshbachynski@gmail.com. I'd be happy to help you out with a little bit there. So not only where the links go on the page make a huge difference, but how you do the linking structure makes a huge difference. And I'm here to tell you that topical, and let me draw it for you. So you're like, Josh, what do you mean? Okay, so here's a topical cluster. It's like here's the index page and links to a topic page. And then under it, you have subtopics. Now this would usually be salesy or informational transactional. These would be usually informational transactional to informational. And then they get even worse as you go down. And these pages have very few links, right? Then you have, like, this is the tier 1 level. You have this are your main ranking pages usually, and you're building informational supporting pages underneath. That is complete horseshit. That does not help you rank. It's the wrong way to do it. I've proven this conclusively with single variable testing, showing, look, this has the ranking boosts and this doesn't. This is one of the ones that doesn't. So I'm here to tell you, I will gladly tell you what not to do for free on the show. If you want the information of how to be a top tier SEO, you got to go to a university, right? Like any other job. You can't be an electrician without an electrician's license and some electrician's tools. So email me at joshbachynski@gmail.com. But the good news is I have huge discounts for you. The other silo idea is, here's your index page, and here's your tier 1 again pages that are generally your ranking pages here on this level generally. But you just have a table of contents that goes under these pages, and they all link back. So it's more like this. These are generally called silos. Everyone has a different way of doing silos. These are topical clusters. This is the wrong way of doing it. This is the wrong way of doing it. So what I'm going to show you today is how to do the thing. Sorry, the mouse is in the way. What I'm going to show you today is how to do the thing that all those antiquated strategies are trying to do, but the way that they do it is just generally wrong by amateurs in the industry. However long they've been in here, they're an amateur if they're not testing. And they're just guessing what it is, and then they're just passing those guesses on without any scientific rigor, without any, quite frankly, without standing by that information. Talk is cheap, right? It's very easy for anyone like this to come on the YouTube and say, yeah, make a silo, it ranked well for me. Yeah, but you don't know if it ranked worse or better than doing it some other way. I do, because I've tested it, right? And you should too. You should be joining Underground SEO University to find out. So I'm going to show you how to build a bigger site. I'm going to show you how to accomplish the same thing that those people are trying to do. At the end of the day, we're trying to build bigger sites because bigger sites rank better. That is a fact. I'll tell you that. That's not a secret. Everybody knows this, right? Bigger sites rank better for various reasons. I can actually break it down to tell you the exact ranking algorithm reasons why bigger sites rank better. And it's not because they have this structure. These structures are wrong. These structures are the wrong way to do it. These are inefficient and suboptimal. They are suboptimal to do it this way. They're leaving ranking juice, sadly, by doing SEO that way, sadly, they're leaving ranking juice on the table. A lot of ranking juice on the table. And where they're putting their links in the page design is a huge difference as to if they're leaving ranking juice on the table, so to speak. So I'm going to show you today, using an AI tool, which is super easy, how to build a bigger site the right way, the correct way. And in that, again, ignoring the caveats and addendums that I just said, that in some sales cycles, you got to do informational as well, or in some sales cycle, it makes more sense to stick to no-do or the informational transactional. I'm going to show you a way that kind of incorporates all that, but without even having to think about any of that. And the AI just says, here's the highest money, lowest ranking, do that. Make a list and bang off the list. That's it. It's very easy. Make a list of pages, run the reports, build the AI content, edit it as a human needs to edit it. Make sure the scores are all in the green as a human needs to edit it. The SEO still has a little bit of work to do. Put it all in the green with a little bit of human editing. And each page, instead of taking 20 hours of research of what the topic is, of what the best content in the topic is, of how to be an expert in the topic, of how to be helpful in the topic, of how to have graph and charts, of helping the user in that topic, all that's part of the 10 hours of research you use to do. And then 10 hours of research of the actual boosting AI keywords that are not NLP. NLP is not an AI that Google uses for on-page. It's just not. Find me the source where Google says they use NLP, and I'll show you 20 sources where they say they don't, and that say the ones they do use. And I've, both privately in the group, I could show you our testing, proving that NLP is not being used by Google at all. We've proven this conclusively, nor is LSI being used by Google at all for ranking. We've proven this conclusively. We know the AIs they use, and it just happens to be the ones that they announced they use, right? In this one rare case, Google was being truthful. And you know, Google's always being truthful when they're pretty confident there's no way in hell a human could reverse engineer this. And they're right. They're absolutely right. There is no way in hell a human could reverse engineer what Google is doing anymore. You need an AI to do it. You need to be equipped and armed with an artificial intelligence. They have an artificial intelligence doing the ranking. you should have an artificial intelligence reverse engineering and telling you what the ranking is and doing it for you. 10 hours of work in 10 minutes. So we bring 20 hours of work down to maybe an hour per page if you really want to spend time fixing the page. For these that's for a ranking page. For these topical cluster pages, for these informational pages, these supporting pages, we just usually let them run and see what Google ranks. We build 5 a day, 20 a day, let them run, see how Google ranks them. Google doesn't rank these 3, but likes this one. We 3-1 all these to this one. We just do stuff like that, right? We start automating at that level of process, right? Or you could spend an hour a day, build 5 pages a day, 25 pages a week, working 5 hours a day, 25 pages a week, 100 pages per month to 125, depending on the month, if it has 4 or 5 weeks in it. And you have a 100-page site at the end of a month. If you've been choosing your keywords properly, you will be ranking like gangbusters and you will already be making money. I repeat, if you're building your site structure properly, after a month, you will have 100 pages. They will be high quality pages. They'll be highly optimized pages, and they will be highly lucrative pages in the easiest niches to build to begin with. And at the end of a month, after building this 100 pages, you will be ranking and you will be making money if you follow what our AI tells you to do. If you don't, then 70 to 80% of SEO fails. 70 to 80% of other people's SEO fails. If you do our strategy, 55% succeeds. 55 to 65, 75% succeed, around there, 65%. So you can turn it from mostly failing to mostly succeeding. And that's the best I can do right now for you. I'm trying to make that number higher. SEO is hard to do, right? It's hard to automate through AI, and it's hard to get people to listen, actually, quite frankly. The hardest part is not building the AI. The hardest part is making sure that people don't shoot themselves in the foot and publish a page and say, Josh, it didn't rank. Why not? And I say, look at your scores. They're all in the red. It said you have to be in the green. It messaged you and said you have to be in the green. The SEO Copilot emailed you and said you have to be in the green. Why'd you ignore all that? So that's there too. That's a thing that's going on there too. So without any further ado, I'm going to show you how to build a big site quickly with the best possible tactics, getting the best possible return on investment to guarantee, or not guarantee, but to guarantee as much as possible to maximize your chances of you actually ranking and making money in SEO. So we'll do that. But before I do that, let me check to see if there's any questions really quickly first. All right. So no beer, no buttons, no SEO. There's buttons. I swear there's buttons. SEO will get done. Tayeb says, Josh left beer. I didn't leave any beer. I'll just take a sip of my water here. Doran says, I'm loving SEO Copilot. I hope nobody else finds out how good it is. well, Doran, thank you for the shout out. I personally hope more people learn how good it is because we need to make our money back. so it would be kind of good actually if they found out. None of your competitors, however. Hopefully, tell me what you're competing in. We'll make sure we don't put ads on that space. So we'll earmark it for you, Doran. But I hope personally that people do learn more about it because we need to make the money back. But just so you know, I want to reassure Doran and everybody else. However, with SEO Copilot, it has always been Greg and my plan to never be that big. We want, 5,000 users, 10,000 users max, and we're good with that. Then we're fine. We do not want to replace SEMrush or Ahrefs. We do not want to replace any of the bigger tools out there. We want to have a good chunk of users who are succeeding and then just and zip our lip and then not talk about it anymore so that we can fly under the radar, right? So that is part of our plan. If we have the problem that, oops, we blew up and we have 100,000 users. Okay, well, I'm not going to say no. Would I like this thing to be wildly successful? Of course. But our plan is to cap it at a certain point if we get there, and it looks like we can cap it, like things haven't gone gangbusters. So I want to reassure you guys that we do want to keep things above board as much as possible, but also fly under the radar, for the obvious good SEO reasons. And Tayab says, it's a good thing, it's a good tool, but content writing is not really good at this stage. I agree, we want to improve the content writing. Secondly, the cost of on page is really high. I wish there was some LTD on that. What do you mean, Tayab? What do you mean that the cost is high? The cost is really low comparatively. To pay a writer 20 hours to make a page is obviously far, far more expensive than our AI doing the research and generating it for you in the space of 5 or 10 minutes. So I don't know what you mean by the cost is high, but I do agree. I want the writing quality to go up. That's on the books to do in the next few months, is get the writing quality higher, for sure. For sure. That's definitely on the books. So let me know. We're a few seconds out of date. Let me know if you have an answer for that. Okay. So let's go now to SEO Copilot. I'm going to show you very easily how to build a big site that will rank better. Okay. So here's SEO Copilot. I'm in dark mode, and I'll just bump up the resolution here a bit. I'm in dark mode, and you want to go to keyword discovery. And it says start here, start with a base or seed keyword, and use the advanced AI to discover the most lucrative and easiest keywords and niches to go for. Plan your money pages and your topical cluster. So that's where you would plan both. And quite frankly, the way I teach in Underground SEO University, quite frankly, and I'll give you this one little snippet, this one little tidbit, is you shouldn't have a difference between supporting pages and ranking pages, quite frankly. In 90% of SEO cases, you don't want a difference between supporting pages and ranking pages. Every page you build should be a ranking page so that you maximize your chances that every page you build can rank and make you money. Why are you spending time and money building pages that are not meant to rank when your job is to rank people? It doesn't make any sense, and it's contradictory to optimization. It is suboptimal to do it that way. Again, there are some caveats and addendums for those special sales funnel cases. And I'm not saying you can't. After you've built out, you're like, Josh, we've built 500 pages. There's no other way of saying how to sell this thing at the low end. Should we start building informational pages? The answer then is yes, of course you should. If you've really, truly, if you've truthfully exhausted all the sales pages at the low end of the sales funnel, yes, then you would push up into informational transactional. And then you push out of there. But there's tens of thousands of pages to make there in any given SEO niche. You'll never run out of informational transactional pages. So the only limit there is your imagination of what seed keywords to put into keyword discovery to find the lucrative niches that are easiest to rank for. And that's the final ROI score I'm about to show you that we automatically calc for you. But in the vast majority of cases, 90% of the time, you're going to want to build whatever makes the most money and is easiest to rank for. And that's going to be anywhere from the informational transactional space to the transactional space, or anywhere in between there usually. Let me show you how. So I have here this one. I have a whole bunch of ones here. This is on staging. Let's go. I can also go to app here, but I'll keep on staging. So I have, you can see right now, like, so if you're looking for different ideas in keyword discovery results, you can already see the highest keyword revenue ballpark, KRB. This is a ballpark as to the money that's behind the niche in a general apples to apples comparison between these two. So Google Ads and advertising, there's a ton of money behind there, obviously. But this is a very, very tough niche on average. It's on average 19% tougher than the rest of SEO. This is on average only 10% tougher than the rest of SEO. So I can click here on advertising. And so what you do is you would put in general ideas here. You're like, okay, what's the general highest level idea? So let's say you have an advertising company. You would put in advertising here as a general idea. Or you could start with your existing website. Like I did here. I put in my blog and it came up with a whole bunch of ideas here. And you could put in your website as well, start with an existing website, and it'll give you some top level ideas. And the top level ideas, AI, artificial AI, Google's AI. I work in artificial intelligence. Google knows that about me. Speaking to AI, blah, 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 blah. It gives you the year change, how much bigger it is this year, the Google Ads average CPC, the searches behind it. So the traffic value is very, very high. There's a lot of traffic. The keyword ROI, the keyword revenue ballpark. Now, this is a rough approximate of what you could possibly make in a month if you are ranking number one and doing really well. If you ranked number one for AI chat, you could conceivably make tens of thousands of dollars per month. This is a rough non-promise. This is not a promise. This is a rough ballpark. It's just for illustrative purposes to compare how lucrative this niche is compared to how lucrative this niche is, with the money and the searches behind it, and the competitiveness of the ads, and the year over year how hot it is in the last 6 months. But the thing is, the final ROI organizes it here by how tough it is versus how much money there is to make. So although AI chat makes by far more money, as you can see, there's more money behind it, generally speaking, pound for pound. It's a much tougher niche. It's 44%, if I round up, tougher than the rest of all SEO combined, like put together, every SEO query we do, which is well over 1 million data points by now. It's about 1.2, 1.3 million data points. So this is a very accurate number. This is a very accurate difficulty number of how hard it will be to rank for the head term AI chat. And as you can imagine, that would be quite difficult to rank for. I mean, that makes sense. And you can see here, yeah, they're 100%. People are optimizing for this in the URL and the title. They know what they're doing. They're not putting it in the page so much, which is another good thing. They're not over-optimized. They have their page focus, however, is really high on some of these. Page focus, the site focus is good as well. Some of these sites are getting close to being dedicated to AI chat, like AIchatting.net. It's close to being dedicated to it. The title focus is very, very focused to it. The number of backlinks they have, the paid traffic they might be buying. So you know that Google.Gemini. So you know that how big a company is. That's hilarious that the AI didn't see the brand awareness on this. They didn't recognize Gemini is the problem. And then how big of a brand they are, generally speaking. And this is a very good approximation. That's only going to be a few points off. This is, anywhere from 46% to 40% tougher than the rest of the internet to try to rank for. So the question is, should that go in your list? So let me show you a little bit more about how we do this. So it's very simple. You're like, okay, if these ideas are from your website, from your index page, are on point, or if, for example, you're like, okay, we have an AI SEO tool. Let's look for the AI SEO tool. Let's do a wide net, all locations. And I'm a top level expert, so I'll say yes to this and say get results. Now that'll be pending. It's generating the keyword ideas. Our advanced AI is casting a wider net. It's fetching the keyword idea data from the Google Ads API. And then boom, it's done. And right away, we know how much money is behind it. So you're like, okay, not as much money as we had behind doing this way, but you can just keep putting things in and keep finding stuff out. AI SEO tool, AI tool for SEO. You can put whatever seed ideas in here you want. You can start jamming them in here, right? And then, because I'm on the staging server, sadly, this will take a bit longer, but it'll eventually check the difficulty, and you can start going down the list and be like, okay, these are the ones I want to rank for. If you see one you don't recognize, you can be like, which one is this? Let's view the SERP. What does this stand for? Oh, it's a writing assistant. Okay, writer. That's what it stands for. Interesting. So you see, okay, that's a competitor brand that you probably wouldn't want to try to rank for, but you keep going through, and basically you just highlight this. You highlight all the ones that you want to rank for that have the highest final ROI, and you say copy or export CSV. I would copy these, then you just go to Notepad, paste them in, and you start building these out. You can send this out to your writer if you have a writing team. You don't need to use the AI writing if you don't want to. You can spend 20 hours per page and waste your time and money if that's what you want to do. If that's the team you have, by all means. You could build those out. We will also generate the various things for you. You could also say, find the boosting keywords, and we can find the boosting keywords for you. You can run these particular tests here would be the ones I would recommend running. The neural matching test is good. It just takes 10, 20 minutes. The rank brain test, TW-BERT test, query interpretation test, and the BERT test are quite good. I would just say go. Oh, you need to do this. Okay. Say United States, google.com, blah, go. And boom, it'll run all these reports for you. Then I also could have said generate AI article, but I can click that after. Also, our new reports here will tell you if your scores are in the red or if your scores are in the green. So you'll know very well, your scores better all be in the green if you want to rank for a tough niche. Heck, your scores probably should be in the green if you want to rank for an easy niche. Quite frankly, it'll also tell you if your AI article has been generated or not. So those will go running. But basically, it's very simple. The final ROI is what you want to go for. So after the keyword difficulty runs, you click the ones here that you think would be good. It doesn't matter where in the sales funnel they are, because people are bidding money, people are searching for them. The ad competition can be high, or the buying intent can be high. It's hot this year. Look, this is up 166%. This is up 183%, unsurprisingly, right? Because AI is a hot topic. You would just copy these, and you can keep going, or you can click Get More Ideas to get more ideas as well from here. Oh, if I want to, you can just run one of these. So if I'm like, I just want to see what happens when I say talk to artificial intelligence, say Get More Ideas, and that will be now back in your list here of talk to artificial intelligence. You just keep running and drilling these down in that way, and you can kind of organize them by having different kind of tops. These could also be your kind of top pages, and you can have informational pages underneath them if you want. But this, or you can have pages that go underneath them if they go underneath them semantically. But the idea here, oh look, there's a lot of money behind this. Talk to artificial intelligence. In general, you need to sanity check these. Oh yeah, look, ChatGPT, character AI, artificial chat, AI chat. Yeah, there's a lot of money behind quite a lot of these. And you can click here and it'll run the top 20 keyword difficulties. And you just keep clicking these and copying them and putting them into your list until you have a big long list of 20 pages that you want to build. And or you run reports, and then so you have these reports done already, and you can start analyzing the keywords when these reports are done. So that's dead easy, right? It's very simple. And the reason why you use the final ROI at the top is because that's going to make you the most money. You want your return on investment. If you don't have a maximal return on investment, you are increasing the chances of your SEO going to fail. If you're not building on the easiest niches to rank for, you're increasing your chances for your SEO to fail. In fact, that is by far the biggest place where SEOs increase their chance for their SEO to fail is by not choosing the easiest niches to begin with. That's SEO error, hugest error number one. I can save you so much time and money and heartache by disabusing you of that error right away. Do not let your client dictate what you should be ranking for. Do not let your boss dictate what you should be ranking for. Do not guess what you should be ranking for. You need to do a search, because you never know. The data can be surprising, right? You think you should rank for chiropractor Winnipeg if you're a chiropractor in Winnipeg. The answer is no. It's far too hard to rank for that. You need to start building on subqueries first and then go for those head terms. So in that way, the topical cluster kind of portion, which builds supporting pages to a head page, in that way it's accurate. I just wouldn't link them that way, okay? I wouldn't link them in this topical cluster format. I would do that from the index page on, but basically I wouldn't do this deep tree like this. If I wanted to rank for chiropractor Winnipeg on the index page, I'd go for sub pages first, chiropractors in Winnipeg, the best chiropractors in Winnipeg. I would do whatever the final ROI told me is making the most money and is the easiest to rank for. And I can use human intelligence and pick and choose certain ones, and pretty soon our AI will be a full co-pilot, and you'll say, build me a site on chiropractic in Winnipeg, and it will just build you the site. It'll have a plugin to WordPress, it will do all the research itself, and it will just build you that site. And it could build you 5, and you can see which one you like best, and you can use that one, right? Or you could use the others as, I don't know, whatever you can use websites for these days. Watch future tips for that. Okay. But what if you're like, okay, Josh, fine, I get it. The final ROI makes sense. I should be maximizing the ROI for my time, because if I'm not doing that, I'm being inefficient. The biggest problem in SEO, Josh, you're totally right, is not choosing the right keyword to rank for to begin with. It's not 1998 anymore. It's 2024. And people have been at this SEO game for over 25 years. Excuse me, I'm losing my voice. Excuse me. People have been at this SEO game. They've been at it for 25 years already, and it's not an even playing field. I'm sorry. I'm here to tell you, it's not an even playing field. Some queries are just too hard to go for. Some queries are verboten. That's just the way it is. You cannot rank Jaguar parts, for example, on page 1. I mean, you can. I am. but you can't beat the Jaguar company at Jaguar parts. If the Jaguar car company makes Jaguar parts and sells them, then you can't beat them. And quite frankly, nor should you really. I mean, I can understand why the AI makes that decision, and it is an AI making that decision. Google has fired all their quality raters. And AI now, in real time, rates the quality of pages and determines not only if this page should rank number one, if all pages of this type should rank number one, and does it like that. So the AI has decided, should some third party, however good, how many years experience they have in Jaguar parts and helping people, should some third party site that has nothing to do with Jaguar officially, in the official Jaguar brand, should it rank over the Jaguar company? No, it shouldn't. And I can kind of understand why the AI would do that. I can't really even blame Google for that one. It's like, yeah, I see where you're going with that, Google. It sucks. You used to be democratic when Matt Cutts worked for you. You used to be democratic. You thought the web was democratic, going off the original Tim Berners-Lee philosophy for Web 2.0, 1.0, and 2.0, is the web is an open democracy with a shared ideas that is not that anybody can rank for anything if you've got a good enough offering. It doesn't work that way anymore. The AI is biased. We all know AI is biased. We've seen so many articles about AI being biased. One of the ways it's biased is that it's biased in that, no, for the query Jaguar parts, if there's a Jaguar brand company and I can see it and the AI can, and they sell Jaguar parts, they do, they should rank higher. They're the official company. It's a no-brainer. It's a slam dunk to the AI. So for reasons like this and many other reasons that they've been building millions of links for decades, that they have millions of visitors, that the cost of matching them is so high, or specific brand reasons like that, that you just cannot rank for these queries. And so you shouldn't try. You need to do keyword I'm telling you guys, this is the biggest error in SEO. I've been doing this for 25 years. You need to do keyword research to see which keywords are even open, which ones are easy to rank for, which ones you can do. Mistake number one in building a site, period, never mind a bigger site, which is what this SEO course is about, building a bigger site to rank better. So to build a bigger site, you don't just rank for any query, and you don't rank in terms of informational, and you don't try to go for low-hanging fruit that's informational because no one searches it. That's a waste of time. It's not helping you. And you don't go for a low-hanging fruit that's making no money either, because that's not getting a better ROI. The SEO game is about being more efficient than everyone else. It's a business process game is what it is. And I used to teach business process at Fanshawe College in London, Ontario. It is a business process game. That's what it is, what it comes down to. You need to be more efficient pound for pound than everybody else, or they will outcompete you, right? So for all the time you're spending and all that love and attention you're putting in your pages, you have to build the right pages to begin with, or you're just wasting your time and you're going to lose in 6 months, and you're going to have to go work, sell pot in some pot store or something. Like that's what's going to happen, right? I don't want that to happen to you. I want you to stay in SEO. So listen to me. The second biggest mistake is after you've got the easiest keywords, now you need easy keywords that also make money. And the only place I know that gives you that effectively is here in keyword discovery. You need to find out which niches have the most money behind them and build for those. You do not, you could go for super easy stuff, but it's only making $12, right? This is not making a lot of money. Only 10 people search it, although they're bidding really highly, but the competition is low. So this is being a 1-to-2 ratio, which is what the Google economist said people typically make for every dollar they spent. The Google economist actually said this. This is where we get the numbers. Everything is science-based with us. The Google economist published that on average, people spend $1 in AdWords and make 2. It's a 1-to-2 ratio. So if the competition is low, we use a 1-to-2 ratio. Then you get 30% of this, and a 5% conversion rate ends up being around $4. That's how we get that number, right? So it's dead easy to rank for. It's 40% easier than the rest of the internet. This is where you would start. If you need wins quickly, then you would click keyword difficulty and pick the ones that at least have some money behind them. And you would pick these ones quickly if you need to go with something that's super easy, because you need to prove to your client you know what you're doing, or for whatever reason, or you need to get some quick wins for some other reason. Your boss is breathing down your neck. Well, we're not ranking, blah. You need to get some quick wins. You don't really care too much if they're making a lot of money. They need to make some money, otherwise it's a complete waste of your time. But real people need to search them, and real people need to bid on them to make some money. Assuming that assuming your niche is in Google Ads, like drugs are not in there, guns are not in there, various stuff's not in Google Ads, so we won't have any data for it. That's where we get the data from. But anyway, assuming if you need to just get the easiest ones, then sort by keyword difficulty and go with the really easy, and then just click all these, run these reports, copy these to, run the reports, find the boosting keywords, copy these to a notepad or wherever you want to keep a list of what it is you're doing. And you can go for the easy ones that way if you want. But ultimately, you should be going for the final ROI, the highest ones. The ones that make the most money. Pick and choose from the top of here and just keep going down the list. You keep going down the list, you would avoid this very tough one. You keep going down the list until you're getting into tougher stuff or stuff that has no money. There's pages upon pages upon pages upon pages upon pages here you can use, you can build, right? And then you go to page 2 and you just keep on going. You just keep on going and keep building pages. And after a month, you have 100 pages that have money behind them, generally speaking. My mouse is in the way, it bugs me. Bugs my neurospicy. After a month, you have 100 pages that are the most lucrative, best possible final ROI, and they're the easiest to rank for. That is how you have a winning strategy, and that is how you succeed at SEO, okay? All right, so that's what you should be doing. That's what you should be doing. Now, what if you're like, Josh, okay, that's great, but there's reasons because the client tells me I have to, or my boss tells me I have to, or I don't want to make the most amount of money. I want to do things inefficiently. How do I build informational pages in the kind of way that other amateurs and just, like talking heads who really don't do any SEO and don't know how to do SEO, like Neil Patel, Brian Dean, all those guys? How do I build topical clusters like those guys? Can I do that with SEO Copilot? Yes, of course you can. I begrudgingly made an AI to help people with that, even though it's not the right way to do it. It really is not. But if you want to build it that way, sure. Let me show you. So you go here to Beta Tools. Beta Tools, go. Go. Of course, I'm on staging. That's the problem. Staging doesn't always work. Now I'm in light mode here, but you go to Beta Tools, and you go to Topical Cluster, and you enter in your EMQ, and you enter in your language, and you say go. And presto changeo, boom, bango, there you go. Here is all of your Topical Cluster pages in a much more recognizable hierarchy that you would do. And you can link it any way you want. You don't have to listen to me about the best way to do it. You can link it any way you want. You get this topical cluster, and you just get a new keyword, put it in, and you will get these topical clusters, right? Lumen Leaf Mattress Review, Lumen Leaf Mattress Review, the features, the comfort, the support, durability, pricing, warranty. You have pages about all these things. Pros and cons, comparison with other mattresses, user rating reviews. And this will actually be useful content that users will want to read. And these could be H2s on your page. You could do a table of contents on this page, and some of this would be H2s. And then your table of contents, some of this would be separate pages if you want. You can mix and match them. Totally up to you. And then if you want more, then you would run Lumen Leaf Mattress Review or Lumen Leaf Mattress Features. And then you'd run another one here. And then Lumen Leaf Mattress Comfort. You run that report, get your keywords. And then you come in here for Topical Cluster, and you'd get all the subclusters here as well. So you can totally get them quickly. Not hard at all. It's just, why don't I put more emphasis on that? Because I've been doing this 25 years, guys. It's not really the best way to do SEO. And that's an understatement. Not only is it not it's really, quite frankly, completely wrong. You are cutting off your nose to spite your face. You're cutting off your fingers to spite your hand. Pick your metaphor of doing it not so well. That's what's going on, right? You need to go into keyword discovery, and you need to look for the niches that make the most money, and then you need to sort it by final ROI, and then go like, okay, I want to make something in this ballpark of money per month. How do I do that? Well, ignore this one and go for this one because it's average difficulty. It's only 8% more difficult than the rest of the internet, as opposed to 27% more difficult than the rest of the internet. And and if your boss is tough on you and like, we need to rank for this, then say, okay, we'll try that later. The way to do SEO is to build the easiest pages first, because Google's going to try you once. You get one shot at NBA basketball picks, for example, just in this example. And if Google doesn't like your site for some reason, they don't like the design, they don't like the conversion path, they don't like the keywords you use, they don't like your brand, they don't like something about you, and keep watching in SEO courses and or join Underground SEO University. I'll tell you exactly what will sink you. I'll tell you precisely and exactly what will sink you and what will have you win, without any questioning, without any guessing, without any curiosity. I mean, I'm very curious about it, but without any like, not so sure, blah, 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 blah. For basic SEO, I have these answers proven down. The science is proven and down for basic SEO. For weird edge cases, like, Josh, I have this weird edge case where sometimes the page 500s and then 200s, and then I would need to do reverse linking on it. How do I, like, okay, well, that gets into the reads and I'll have to make my best guess based on science. But for all the stuff I'm talking about today, I will tell you beyond a shadow of a doubt whether it will work or it will not. In this particular case, when you're trying to rank for NBA basketball picks because your boss told you had to, even though it's tough and you shouldn't go for it to begin with, it does make a lot of money. And so your boss is right to think this is far better a keyword to rank for pound in terms of money than, say, soccer football prediction today, just as an apples to apples comparison. The boss is totally right on that. But what you should do as an SEO is you should, if you can, guide them and say, okay, we're going to go for that. Totally going to go for that. But what we need to do first is we need to build up all the sub pages that are easier to build trust with Google, to build time with Google, to get past the sandbox, as people call it, which is a misnomer. There's no such thing. You can rank number one for hard queries, even at the beginning, if you get the signals. Again, email me for Underground SEO University, and I'll tell you exactly what those signals are, and you'll see why they're so hard to get and why it takes time usually. You need to build up the sub pages that make the most money, and then get Google trusting you, and you get users trusting you, and people are searching and clicking on you, and blah, 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 blah. You get all those good signals. Then you go for the hard keywords, because Google's going to try you once, and they may not ever try you again for this query, or this query, or this query, or this query, etc., etc., etc. So that's how you do it. That's how you build a bigger site. And at the end of the day, all you want to do is build a bigger site. Topical clusters, in terms of a linking structure, is wrong. Silos in terms of a linking structure is wrong. It doesn't matter what you call it. At the end of the day, they're suboptimal. At the end of the day, those are suboptimal, and what you need to do is build a bigger site. And when you're building a bigger site, page for page, you should be getting back your final ROI, because SEO is a race. You need to rank better, faster, and make more money better, faster. If you are not making more money better, faster, you will fail. Your clients will fire you. Your clients will fail. It's like trying to survive in an apocalypse by eating dirt. Yeah, it'll make your stomach stop grumbling, but you'll die. You can't do that long term. Sorry, it's an extreme example, but I can only think of extreme examples, right? You need, any business that's going to succeed has to have optimized business processes. Anyone who's been working in business for a long time knows the truth of what it is I'm saying. So trust me, guys. You need to make sure that every page you make, you need a bigger site to rank better, and you need to make sure every single page you make to make the site bigger has to have the highest final ROI, and you need to build an order from easiest to toughest, and that's your recipe for success. And if you do that properly after 100 pages, and you should be able to do that in a month, if you can't do that in a month, then your competitor is going to outcompete you. You need to make more fasters that are higher quality, that make more money, faster than your competitors. And you need to do that. The only way of doing that is with AI. So go to SEOcopilotai.com, try for free for 14 days, use the coupon down below for 10% off, and that's how you will succeed. And you will succeed. You will do these bigger sites in this way by building by final ROI on every page, by doing the easiest first up to the hardest, and you will build pages that way, and you will succeed. And you're going to come back on here and say, Josh, it worked. And I'm going to say, right on, brother, and or sister, or non-gendered friend. Right on, pal. And you need to, whatever, green gender fun, whatever, green, go green, whatever it is, I don't care. And as long as you're doing good SEO, that's all I care about. I care about your success. And you're going to come back on and say that it worked. And I'm going to say, right on. Now join Underground SEO University, and it'll work even better for you. Now, so that's SEO tip number 12, how to build a big site the right way. That's what we're doing. That's what you want to do. That's what today's SEO course was about. Let me check to see if there's any questions before I sign off. Okay, tons of questions here. Furman jumps in and says, the current pricing is very reasonable for 10 reports. I agree. The current pricing for just 10 reports or 10 pages done in your SEO, you can think of it that way, is only $54 a month. It's highly reasonable. We're not going to have that price forever. We want to move into more agency spaces. We want to move into white hat spaces. We want to move into in-house spaces. So I would get that price while you can. And you can still get a 10% discount on it as well. Sign up today for that very, very low price. Furman, you're totally right. It is very reasonable. In fact, as the CEO and president of the company, I think it's far too reasonable, quite frankly. And I'm thinking, I want to get rid of this as soon as possible. So get the deals while you can. Trust me, because I don't know if I'm going to keep that forever. Tayeb says, I mean, for large content websites, the limit of 10 reports is very low. When we scale it up, we will have to move to the next bracket, which is adding up the cost. Oh, I see what you mean. I understand, Tayeb. You're absolutely right. You know, like it costs us per report and per article costs us X however many dollars. I don't even know. And so we're not making a lot of money at the $54 either. All this advanced AI engineering, it takes a lot. It's not just ChatGPT. It's a lot of different AIs talking to each other in a very advanced way. It takes a lot to engineer it. It takes a lot of our time for me to dream it up and engineer it, and a lot of time for our programmers to build it, fix bugs, et cetera, et cetera. The next price up from 50 is our grandfathered pricing, which is our promise to you that pricing will always remain. And it's only $144 a month. And you get 100 pages, I believe. You get 10 times the reports, 10 times the pages, if I recall correctly. Let me check here. Let me go here to, where is it? Subscription. Let me make sure I'm saying the right thing. You get 50. Sorry, I wanted to make sure I was right. At $144 per month, you get 5 times the pages. You get 50 monthly pages. So that's quite a lot, right? 50 monthly pages is 10 a week at a 5-week month. 12 a week, 11 a week, whatever that is. So that's quite a lot, right? And again, it says guaranteed to boost pages with advanced keyword testing. I have the stats to prove, as you well know probably by now, Tayyib, that we can boost you, right? And our rankings are actually getting better even in this October 7th and spam score period after. Our rankings are getting better. Go and check the Winter's All Hands for all that statistical data, proving that I'm being completely open with you guys. What other company does this? Like SEMrush doesn't tell you how many of their people are ranking. They probably don't even know. I know because I built it that way, so I would know, right? So if you opt in, if you don't opt in, I don't know. If you opt in, I do know. And I can make, please opt in, because then I can make the tool better. I can see, oh, this is not working well. This is not working well. We need to re-engineer this to make sure our customers are ranking. Because I'm stupid like that. I actually care. I'd be a much better CEO and president of an SEO company if I didn't give 2 shits if you ranked. We'd make more money that way. But sadly, I care. That's my problem. That's my burden to bear. Hello, I have ethics. That's my problem to bear. And so now I am in the unenviable position of not only having to build a tool which is good and fast and is slick and easy to use, and also ranks you. I need to do those 2 things. Not easy to do, I'm here to tell you. Not easy to do, but we've pulled it off thus far. And I have been able to do that because my underground mastermind group, Underground SEO University, is so very good at our scientific testing to isolate what the ranking factors are and to know in a real like medical doctor way. It's like the difference between going into your doctor armed with some websites that said that maybe you should eat kale because kale's good. And the doctor is like, just writing on their board. We have that level of knowledge when it comes to like other SEO people, and we know actually what's going on. Not to be cocky or conceited. I'm just trying to communicate to you as quickly as possible how much more we know and how sure we are of it and how sure we can be because of the quality of our scientific testing. I know science has fallen out of fashion in the States, sadly. Most of my customers are from Europe and UK who still take science seriously. But that's not true at all. People in Canada and the States, they still know science is a good thing, and they still know that it's good to use, and we have the finest science knowing what the ranking factors actually are. Let me go to the back, the rest. Yeah, so the next price here is $50 a month. Then up from that is $194, which is $75, which is not much, and then $274 for $100. And you can slowly upgrade. You can go start at $54, do 10, and see how it works for you. And when it does work, if you're in the green and you did keyword discovery and you're in the green for your reports in the editor, then it's going to work for you. And you're going to be like, holy shit, Josh, it worked. I'll be like, yeah, I know. I built it that way. And you'll be like, you're not a snake oil salesman. I'll be like, yep, I know. I told you, of course, but everyone says that. So you couldn't believe a word I'm saying on this YouTube, nor should you, right? You got to test it for yourself. You got to test it for yourself, because every guy on here seems nice and they seem personable and I've been doing this a long time and I know that if you make a silo, it's going to work. No, you don't. No, you don't. They don't know how to do science. I was doing a PhD. I know how to do science, okay? They don't know how to do scientific testing with single variable and controls and blah, 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 blah. They don't know how to do that. They were a lawyer beforehand, for example, one particular example, a divorce lawyer. A divorce lawyer is a well-educated person, but not in science, okay? I'm not going to mention any names. I'm just, anyone who knows the background knows who I'm talking about there, and because you make a good blog and because you're good on camera doesn't necessarily mean you're a good scientist as well. Our group is exceedingly good scientists, and when it comes to Google's rankings. Join us, you will see. You will be amazed at, and I can show you the wins. I can show you, go to bit.ly/SEOproof, bit.ly/SEOproof, and just see, I just take a screenshot of any time we have a win, and I put it in there and go through the list, and you will see win after win after win after win until your eyes are bleeding. I don't have time to Photoshop all that, okay? So those are real. I don't Photoshop any, except I move people's names out because they don't want their names included and whatnot. Those are all real. I didn't make them up. I don't have the time to make all those up. So, yeah. So I think the pricing's pretty reasonable. Again, you can get a 10% discount. And, if you need to bring it down or bring it up, let me know. We can help you out. We're here to try and help you within reason. Within reason, we can do that. Okay, let me see what other questions we have here. Taib says, question, does that mean anyone searching for keywords AI chat, artificial AI will give the same result in ranking? Yeah, what you're probably referring to here, Taib, as you probably noticed, is that if there's a same, no, the same rankings for query interpretation test. Let me show you a good one here. I can't remember if it's in staging here. It is how to buy crypto. Here's a great example. You see how these are all the exact same? 999, 342, -8, because these are all the same searches. How do I buy cryptocurrency? How do you buy cryptocurrency? How can I buy? How to buy crypto? These are all the same searches that will get the same kind of results. They do an equivalence on these, right? These are all the same. So you pick the one that actually is easier to rank for, because specificity matters. So this would be the one that I would choose, crypto, how to buy, because it's a little bit easier. It doesn't really matter at the end of the day. This would be equivalence if that's what you're asking. But no, the other thing I was saying before, not. Those pages would be separate pages from what I showed you before. Marcin from Poland says, the answer is in the keyword analysis. If several different keywords have the same Google Ads CPC, yeah, exactly what I said. Thank you, Marcin. Ergo, ranking for one of these keywords means that you will also rank for the other two. Yes, you will if you have the signals. Taib says, what is a good number of search volume to go for? It's not about the search volume. It's about the ROI, right? So it doesn't, the search volume doesn't matter. This number is computed in the final ROI, because this number is computed in the trend value, and the trend value and traffic value are computed in the keyword ROI. So the question is, is it better? You'll see some like, let me see here. See how this is 12,000? It has more searches, but it's not as good to go for because it makes less money. It has less competition. It is less popular this year, how to invest in cryptocurrency, rightfully so. This makes a lot of sense given if you know what's going on in cryptocurrency. Even though it has more searches, it makes less money, it's less popular, and it's a tougher niche. Therefore, it has a worse final ROI. You see how that works? That's why you want to sort by final ROI at the biggest bar here and go with the top. Because it doesn't really matter if it's a higher search volume. What matters at the end of the day if you can make more money off of it at the end of the day. That's what matters. Let me see what else we got here. Doran says, question focusing on the bottom of the funnel, which is great for, let's say, a chiropractor or local service businesses. My clients are mainly informational intent and business sales speaking coaches. Yeah, I get that, Doran. Like I said, in 10% of cases, the client is going to insist, or you're going to have valid business reasons for trying to do informational. So by all means, do informational. Tailor the searches to informational searches. The searches you put in keyword discovery, what is this? Explain this to me. And then it'll keep it to and then put in the topic. That'll keep it at the informational level mostly, and then you can tailor your final ROI for the informational level. So that's what I would recommend there. If you have valid reason to do that, then by all means do it. Shine Fee says, is that Josh Bashinsky? If you mean me, then no. I'm not Josh Bashinsky. I am Khan Nguyen Singh. I don't know who this Josh Bashinsky person is you're talking about. Tayeb says, what could the reason be for a lot of fluctuation in keyword ranking? For example, I have many keywords that are switching between 99 and 55 every day. I know exactly what the reason for that is, and I've proven it in Underground SEO University. I will give you a general answer here, and if you want more information, email me for a huge discount to Underground SEO University. The general answer is because Google doesn't like all your signals. There's some specific signals that you need that Google doesn't like. They like some of them, otherwise you wouldn't have got indexed to begin with. So kudos to you. By our testing, about 44% of pages don't even get indexed by our testing. And that's a lot. Now, that is partly due to the people not following the recs, or our recommendation. We call them the recs in the group, in the university. RECS, the recs, the recommendation, follow the recs. Watch the videos, follow the recs, read the courses, follow the recs. You're going to hear that a lot. And then I'll answer any questions you have that haven't been addressed in the videos and the courses. The hours and hours and hours of courses you've never seen anywhere else that are not regurgitating the same rehashed crap everybody else's course does. That's what you'll find at Underground SEO University. And I'm sorry, I will make you watch the courses. I will make you go through the courses, but I do tailor them. I structure them as the most important, second most important, third most important. I do save you time in that regard. And then there's channels and there's pinned posts and there's tons of information, a huge knowledge base for you to get access to. You will get the information you want 99% of the time by the courses, and then 1% of the time you can ask questions, and I'm happy to answer. I'll answer usually pretty quickly. You get that specific answer for why you're fluxing like that. I'll tell you exactly why and the exact thing to fix it in Underground SEO University. In general, I will say Google doesn't like some of your signals. You're not good enough yet in some of your signals. But some other signals, you got indexed anyway, so that's good. So you've jumped over some signals. Now you need to add some other signals. I'll tell you what that is in Underground SEO University. I will not spill Underground SEO University secrets here. I promised the students that I would not do that. And if you were a student as well, you'd be pretty pissed if I just started giving away stuff for free that you paid for. So you can't do it. Teeb says, the up and down jump is between 15 and 19, jump up or down. Yep, same reason, same thing I'm talking about. Tayeb says, I used SEO Copilot AI. Great. Says, I did opt in and give a lot of feedback for improvement and fixes and hope not boring myself. No, not at all. If you have any more fixes, go ahead. Put it in the community chat here. I'll get to it. Put it in a description here. I'll get to it. Or email me at joshbashinsky@gmail.com. We appreciate that, Taib, completely. Anybody who has any suggestions about how to improve the app or bugs or weird things happening, let me know so I can send it on to developers and get that fixed for you. Taib says, yes, that's what I'm asking, and I suggest that if you can group them and then move the best one at the top. Yes, they are grouped here in keyword discovery, and the best one at the top is the one with final ROI. You can also hide certain ones from view, or you can click favorite on certain ones, and then you can just show the favorites. You could just show the hidden. You could show ones that just have 2 words, 3 words. You can just search them by volume. You can search by CPC, year over year, search intent. You can, you can do informational here. I forgot that existed. Somebody asked for informational. You can do that here as well. So that's a great way of doing it. And it's still sorted by final ROI as well. And see how hard all the informational ones are? That's another reason why you might want to stay away from informational in any given niche, because it's way harder to rank for because everyone and their dog has been doing that SEO strategy for years. That is a good reason alone why not to do it. Because if everyone else is doing it, That's what Google is targeting and what the harder competition will be on. All right, and the final statements, Dorn says thank you, and Taib says thanks a lot. No problem, guys. My pleasure as always. So this has been the SEO plus AI show, the SEO course, How to Build a Bigger Site, which includes the idea of topical clusters, silos, and supporting informational pages, which I said ignore most of that and just do it the way I said. Build by final ROI first and build a bigger site. You do want to build a bigger site. That's where those three theories are right. And then I've also explained where those three theories are wrong, and just build by final ROI. If you can completely be at this end of the sales funnel, be there. You will make more money and you will succeed faster, better. So any questions at all, any SEO questions at all, don't feel shy. Go ahead and email me. Email me at joshbachynski@gmail.com. That's JOSH, B as in Bob, ACH, Y as in YouTube, N as in Nancy, SKI@gmail.com. It's spelled right down here. You might be able to see that. Otherwise, go to SEO Copilot, try for free for 14 days, or sign on just for the very, very reasonable price. So reasonable as the CEO and president, and SEO. I'm the SEO, the CEO, and the PRESIO of SEO Copilot. I might just turn this off, so get it now, because we're making hardly any money off this, because it costs us a lot of money per report and per article. It's not easy to do. At only like $54, you can get 10% off of that with a coupon below. It's very easy. Get on it. The grandfathered price, if you want to guarantee that price moving forward, very reasonable. 50 pages at $144 per month is very, very reasonable per page. It'll be cheaper than a lot of your writers. You can fire your writers. I'm sorry, writers. Or writers, start using this tool yourself, and then you can generate content way faster, and then just edit it, put your spin on it, and you can generate content way faster. Do this before they fire you. Do this before they fire you, my friend, because AI is not going to take anyone's jobs for the most part. For the most part, it's going to be someone using a smart AI. That person is going to use their job. Someone using a better tool is going to get the job. These are just better tools. AIs are just tools. And you can do these things, guys. You can make it work. You can make SEO work. You can have 100 pages at the end of 4 months or 2 months or even a month, and you can have a site that's ranking and actually making some money. And now you've got the base built up. You have the bigger site built up. You probably still need to add more pages over time, but you have the bigger site built up that you can rank and make money, and you can succeed in SEO. SEO with AI has never been more lucrative. It's never been more exciting. SEO without AI has never been darker and more dismal. So I'm ready for people to come around. I know my videos don't have big, huge views. Not like my old videos had 40,000 views, 100,000 views. It's because I got on the AI bandwagon very early. SEO will come around, and it'll come a time when you just have to use AI to do SEO. Everyone uses AI to do everything. That's just what's going to happen in the next 5 years. I'm an early adopter. I see where this is going. You can be an early adopter too. Just like the early .com days, you could have made money then. Just like the early days of Google, you can make money. You can make money now too. It's the early days. Get in on it. And if you follow what I'm talking about here, if you follow the final ROI, if you get all your numbers in the green, whether you hand wrote it or AI wrote it or some combination, get all your numbers in the green and you will rank better. I can guarantee that the trend line, the vectoring is in the success line. I can guarantee that. I can show you the stats. So good luck in the search, guys. We'll see you soon, and we'll see you next week.